Hello everybody and welcome to Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2 Episode 4 Anime Review. It was, I'm gonna get a success, it was another good episode. We've remembered why Hayasaka is the best. She just is the best. I don't think that's up for debate really. Also, they tried to double trick us. Miyuki almost said, they tricked us into thinking he was going to say the thing. This time though, I learned my lesson. The student council re-election thingamajig looks to be going well, and also we met a couple of new characters, and they are, I feel like we've scratched the surface layer. Now we're gonna get to the second layer. Probably not yet, but we'll get there. You know, that's what I'm thinking. I imagine this re-election arc thing will go on for a couple episodes maybe, or it'll just get resolved next week. That could also be a thing. Anyway. Let's jump into the episode, see how it all went down and everything. Let's do this. We pick up where we left off last week. The council was disbanded, but the re-election's going to go well. It's been 3 days, and Kaguya hasn't spoken to Miyuki because she's all embarrassed, and Tsundere, you know the drill. Hayasaka has basically had enough of Kaguya's poo. She's like, right, just go, you're really bad at this. How has there been so little progress with all of these things? She's like, listening to it, was like, something should have happened by now. There's something wrong with you that something hasn't happened. And then Kaguya basically challenges her and is like, well, it's not like you could do any better. And, you know, baits and baits. And Hayasaka's like, right, you've challenged me, you have sealed your fate, and so I'm going to go and deal with that. The next day, I presume it's the next day, Hayasaka coincidentally shows up the same place Miyuki is, and Kaguya is also there in disguise. Hayasaka is in her cutesy mode. I don't really know what to call it. It had a subtitle, I didn't read it. Cutesy mode Hayasaka, and she's, my notes say, on the prowl, so that's where we're at with that. Kaguya is watching, obviously, to make sure, well, to observe, which translates to make sure that, you know, not too much happens, because she will jump in the middle of it. But no, she's good at this whole thing. She's looking for computer things. Hayasaka is doing the old get uncomfortably close when to ask a question. That's a thing that she's definitely doing. And Kaguya gets mad because she's lying. Oh, Hayasaka, she's telling a bunch of lies, and Kaguya's like, that's not true, that's not true. And Miyuki is just smiling, going along with it, because he's like, oh, what a good girl. And it's like, no, Miyuki, well, he's not a fool. I guess Kaguya's the real fool here for daring to provoke Hayasaka. She could do anything. But yeah, then he ends up tutoring her. She falls asleep. Major patience, by the way, to pretend to sleep for 3 hours, like on your hands. That's not that comfortable. I've slept through a few exams when I was at school like that. Don't do that. Study for your exams. Do well. But yeah, then she wakes up and he does the old, I couldn't leave you defenseless on your own thing. And she does the old, oh my god, you're great face. But it's all an act, obviously. But she's really good at it. She's a surprising actor. Scary good actor is Hayasaka. Although I guess we should have known that anyway, because she's got about 17 personalities. Exactly 17. But yeah, then she just asks him out straight up. Tries to make it ambiguous afterwards, but Miyuki is like, sorry, I like someone already. So I guess now we're more, I guess now, is that the first time he's actively like admitted that he likes someone else? I wonder who that could be, you know, because usually it's just the whole, like, hey, you know, gotta make her say, like he knows, but there's a difference between knowing and admitting it, and he's like, I said it out loud now, and it sort of carries over into the next, you know, section as well. But anyway, after that, Hayasaka leaves and gets all annoyed outside at Kaguya because she's like, I could have done it, you just needed to give me more than 1 day, and stomps her feet a little bit. There's some passers-by just watching, and it's like, there, Hayasaka, I believe in you. You definitely, I mean, would she have been able to? No, Miyuki's he's too pro Kaguya, ain't he? That's exactly, yeah, maybe not him. Anyone else? Sure, but he's a dude. A dude. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. He wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have split, I think. I think his heart is set, you know what I mean. Second segment opens up with Miyuki and Chika discussing basically the re-election plan, who's going to do speeches. Miyuki's not that well liked because he's, he's like an outsider sort of. They go through all this, and there's only one person fit for the job who's well liked by everyone, who's charismatic. Of course, it's not Chika. Like, realistically, I think Chika would have done. I mean, charisma, sure, but Kaguya's got brains. Maybe pair them up, have them tag team the whole, the speeches thing. But no, Miyuki decides, hey, we'll get Kaguya to do it, and then he stands outside a classroom like a nervous teen. Well, I guess he is a nervous teenager. It wasn't a very good metaphor. I don't know, but yeah, he's waiting. He's like, oh, how do I get her attention? I can't go in because then everyone's gonna stare at me, and that's a fair point. Hayasaka shows up in, I guess, form 3. This is ponytail form Hayasaka. They're different. They got like twin tail Hayasaka. Words are hard, Never mind. What I'm trying to say. Hayasaka shows up and it basically is like, Kaguya, he's outside. He wants to talk, or he wants to talk to you. He says he's outside, but then they go in, so it defeats the point. But whatever. But then he asks her to meet him behind the bike sheds after school. That's a different thing. That's for fighting. But no, then everyone, of course, hears this and their brains go crazy because it's like, oh, it's a love thing. And then rumors spread, and basically by the end of the school day, which is a few hours, I doubt this was in the morning. This was probably so within the space, probably about 3 hours, everybody in the school's heard. Is essentially what I'm trying to say. So they get there. Everyone is watching through the windows and whatever. Not even trying to be sneaky. Like, there are some people. They're just all watching. They might as well have just done a circle around them. And at this point, Miyuki and I guess Kaguya as well both know, crap, this looks like I'm going to confess. That's what this situation looks like. So Miyuki has a great point. He's like, well, if I just ask her to do the speeches now, everyone's going to be disappointed and hate me, so then I won't get re-elected. So do I have to bite the bullet? And he seemed surprisingly alright with it. He was like, you know what? Maybe I should just do it, Maybe I should just tell her I like her. And I'm like, you tricked me last week into, for a second, thinking you might do it. I'm not falling for it this week. And no, I didn't fall for it this week. But again, it was a bit like, is he gonna... maybe I did fall for it a little bit, because I was still like... I was pretty confident it wasn't going to happen, and then I was just like... But what if it does, though? It's like, but what if? If you have that what if in your brain, that means you're at least a little bit convinced. But yeah, then... Oh, I forgot Chika making it worse. Just glanced at my notes there. So yeah, then Chika jumps out because she's getting annoyed at waiting, because he's like, why is it taking so long? This shouldn't be hard. And she's like, you picked Kaguya over me, so you have to, you have to do this. And everyone's like, oh my god, the plot thickens. And Miyuki's just like, please don't make this worse. What are you doing? But then, yeah, he whispers quite quietly about the speech, like, hey, I just want to ask about the speeches. And she gets all close and whispers, yes, it's fine. But it's all sort of ambiguous, because she's all like, if that's what you really want to ask, or something else, my answer is still yes. So it's just like, there's like, now we're at the point where this is like I know you know, and I know you know, I know, but do I know you know, I know you know, I know, I did one too many things. We're not even playing chess anymore. We're playing like 3D interdimensional chess at this point. That's the level of mind games we're at with these two. But yeah, then they run away. It's basically the end of the second section. They run away. Everyone else, because they couldn't hear, they want their damn answers, and they're not going to get them. That's basically what I'm going to say. I guess this is a few days later now. They're the front runners in the election by not a landslide, but a decent amount. They are quite a ways ahead of second place, who turns out to be a girl called Miko Ino, which causes Ishigami to freak out. He knows her name. He's like, oh god, I know this girl. For someone who just apparently knows her name and knows the reputation, he seems like scared. And throughout this episode, I don't buy it. He must know her like properly. The way she treats him, and the way he sort of knows quite a bit about her, definitely know each other somehow. Don't know how. Maybe they had a fight when they were younger or something. Who knows? But I don't buy for a second that they don't know each other properly. She's doing flyers and whatever across the way, so they basically decide to go say hi. As I said, Ishigami speaks to her first, and she treats him like a bug. She doesn't even turn around. She's like, "Oh, who's there? Oh, it's just Ishigami. I don't need to talk to him." And then he's like, "I got Miyuki here," and she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll be nice now." And she does a twirl and a pose and good stuff. She's very short too. They said how tall she was. It's short. Is the what am I trying to say? Is the thing of it? Is she the same age as Ishigami, or is she a year younger than Ishigami? I missed that, but it's one of the two. So there's that. She also has a friend who wears glasses, whose name I don't think we got. I didn't write it down, so that's not good. Anyway, she's pretty intense, is a good way to put it, all the time. She's sort of got the whole emotionless thing going on at first, but then later on, with a weird thing, she starts showing more emotion. And then this like rivalry thing starts with Miyuki and Ishigami, I guess, feeling threatened by her and her friend, and they've got like this rivalry thing going on. And then she tries to recruit Chika as the vice president. And at this point, this isn't even like Ishigami and thing. They're not thinking, "Hey, please don't take our friend from us." They're thinking, "Don't do that to the school. She can't be the vice president. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea." Which then it turns out that Miss Miko Ino, who I will probably alternate between which name I call her, she saw Chika play piano a long time ago, like about 10 years ago, a long time ago, and is basically a fangirl of her and is talking her up and everything, but she's like, "Do you even know the real Chika?" And I'm just thinking, they do though. They've worked with her for many moons. You know, like the reputation. You don't really know about her. So I sort of want her to win, just so that she can do the Chika thing and then realize this was a bad decision, and then she'll have to like get the others to help her, and then they'll sort of still be the student council, but not exactly the same. That'd be a good spin on it. I'm not sure though. Also, I forgot to mention, I think she's in like the public morals committee, which I'm assuming is like the disciplinary committee, which basically also she's a wet blanket. It turns out the flyer is like, I didn't read it because I can't read Japanese, but I'm assuming it said something like holding hands is banned, no holding hands, which is a good way to ensure that you don't get elected. It's a miracle you're in second place. You know, that's basically all I can say about that. So really, she doesn't stand much of a chance. I think it's pretty, unless something drastic happens, I think it's pretty, set in stone. Miyuki is going to win again. Could be wrong though. Again, something drastic could happen. That would be exciting. But yeah, that was the end of the episode. I enjoyed it, as I said. I'm interested to see what the new characters will bring to the table. Like from just this first episode, it's pretty interesting. But then, we got loads. Again, just the first episode of them. There's probably going to be whole other things we don't know about yet. Curious to know what the deal is between her and Ishigami, because they don't. Do they hate each other, or do they just not seem very tolerant of each other? I think that's a better way of putting it. They're sort of like reverse Miyuki and Kaguya at this point. Almost like how they were at the beginning, where they like tolerate each other but barely. Is that a good way of putting it? I don't even know. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this episode a lot. Hayasaka is definitely the standout for me. Her whole thing was just me. I was just very impressed. I was like, oh, she's got skills, this girl. But felt a little bad when she got turned down too. She actually seemed annoyed about it. So there's that. More annoyed that she lost the bet, I think, than, she's not going to steal Miyuki from Kaguya. No one's going to do that. That'd be a stupid decision. Kaguya's got money. She could literally send the mob after you. Like, don't be doing that. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. Thank you everybody for watching this review. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out immensely. Thank you very much. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye guys.